Hello, my name is Celia Martinez, and my presentation will cover family factors and delinquency. Delinquency stems from many life experiences. It could be family experiences, it could be society experiences. But the core of delinquency comes basically based on research from the family or your upbringing. Based on these researches, there are family factors that I will discuss in detail. We know that within our society, unfortunately, there are many broken homes. We have one parent homes where the parent has to work in order to support their family. And because of these broken homes, there tends to be a higher risk of delinquency with our children. During this research, they came across that it predominantly affects African American broken homes, and the offenses committed by the children, mainly females, the daughters, are minor offenses. But it does create that delinquent behavior within a child because there's not two parents in the home. There's only one that has to work to support them. So they can't always be there for their child. Another factor, which we don't really think about, is the size of the family. For example, there's a single mother. She has 4 children. The size can matter because if she's working 1 or 2 jobs, she has to be able to take time out to spend with each of her 4 children. The time might not be the adequate amount of time, but based on the circumstances, they do the best they can as parents. Unfortunately, it doesn't always pan out. Now, there's another thing that I believe also creates delinquency within the home, from the home. And it's not really the home, it's actually the environment. Let's say there's a family of 3 children, a single mom, or even a married couple. But one of the children already experienced with delinquent behavior. Therefore, the other children in the home can learn from that and decide that they want to follow in their older brother, sister, or younger brother, sister's footsteps without really understanding the consequences. And this doesn't always happen from home. These children see friends and maybe even family members that don't live in the home that maybe have delinquent habits, and they learn from that. You wish they wouldn't, but they do. And it's just something that they need to understand, that everything that they do, decisions that they make, have consequences. There's another factor that can create delinquent behavior in our children, and that has to do with rejection. In every household, we just don't know what happens behind closed doors. It could be a household where there's several children or there's just one child. Maybe the parent has emotional issues or mental health issues. It can stem from the relationship that the person had with the child's parent, father or mother. Sometimes the children feel rejected, like they don't matter. And this feeling will cause them to actually go out and look for others that make them feel accepted and loved. It's really hard to even fathom how a child that's rejected will even act. But one thing is for sure, they will try and look for someone that would accept them and love them. And that person may just not be the right person. It could drive them to just do all kinds of illegal things and become delinquent. We also have a really big problem with the environment within the home itself. Parents fighting, siblings fighting, chaos. This home life affects the child as well and can create delinquent behavior because they'll leave the house trying to avoid it all and end up in the wrong place at the wrong time and commit some sort of offense, be it minor or not. And that's when the delinquency starts. Many other factors include lack of discipline in the home. If the parents just don't discipline, not because they don't care per se, but because they're holding down one or two jobs. They're not home hardly. You have older sibling raising the younger siblings because the parents have to work to support the family. That's lack of discipline. But then again, you have parents that just don't care and do not discipline their children. And when you don't discipline your children will act out and see how far they can go and get away with. It's a child. It's their mentality. Their brain is not fully functioning, not fully developed. So based on those factors, I can think of probably one more, maybe two more. One has to do with the order in which the children were raised. You have, for example, a family of 2 or 3 where the first child received all the attention, the middle child not so much, and the last child was raised better because the parent had more experience raising children. Unfortunately, based on the research, the middle children that don't receive as much attention are seen to be more delinquent prone. Which I can understand it, I can see it. But that's not always the case. Not every child that grows up with these family factors become delinquent because everyone's different. But based on the research, this is what is out there. This is what is said about our children becoming delinquent. Also, we have society. When you think about society, we wish that society would provide the help for families. Parents that hold down 2 jobs that have to, because if not, they'll become homeless. You know, society itself has a big key in this. There's things that can be done to help families that are less fortunate. And not to say that all children that are delinquent come from the less fortunate households. This is inaccurate. All of our youth are exposed to all types of life experiences that can drive them to become delinquent. I would like to leave you with one thought. Many of us look at our children and we want them to succeed, to be the best that they can be. They can be the best that they can be if we as a society come together and support them, understand them, and guide them. This concludes my presentation, and I hope it was clear, precise, and with as much information as I could provide in the time frame. Thank you, and have a nice day.